And, we believe that home value can really be a dominant force in the listing side of the business, but the buyer side is really dominated between Zillow, Realtor.com, a couple of these other national portal players out there. And then you as agents can have a lot of success with the pay-per-click, through Chime, which those are tools we've given you. And so as we think about this, in my business, I never bought leads. Maybe it was a pride thing, an ego thing. I don't know. Like I felt like being able to go to conferences and brag about the fact that I didn't buy leads from LendingTree or Zillow or any of these guys somehow made me cooler than all the rest of the mortgage guys out there who were having to buy leads. And look, I realized that that's a growth edge for me, right? That wasn't a great founded business decision. Why would I have not taken that business as well? If I achieved 10% market share with just running TV and radio, running my own stuff, could I have been at 15% market share, 18% market share if I had torn down, my own self-limiting beliefs about buying leads from other companies? And so a big part of my commitment to all of you as we launch LPT Realty is for me not to make some of those same mistakes that I made in my past life. And that's part of being a founder and maturing and growing. And so I didn't realize that was a growth edge for me until we started looking at it here at LPT Realty. Because as we looked at, I'm going to use Zillow as an example. As you look at Zillow leads, it accomplishes a lot of the same things that home value can. Now, it can create an exclusive lead source for our agents. If we go in and buy a whole bunch of Zillow zip codes and block out agents at every other brokerage and make those Zillow leads exclusively for LPT Realty agents, we've now created an exclusive lead source for you guys using Zillow. We can still protect our agents on their own listings. If we go buy a whole bunch of zip codes from Zillow, and as those leads come in, if it's one of our agents' listings, that lead goes straight to you at no cost, no matter what agent is buying that zip code or getting referrals in that zip code or whatever. That's a way to right a wrong that I believed happened in our industry. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't necessarily help us with the overall value of the company, because we're not going to make money on those Zillow leads. On home value leads, there is some corporate profit. If we put out all this money in TV and radio, when we make referrals to the agents and we get a referral fee on a home value listing lead, there is some corporate profit in there. If we go buy Zillow leads, there's no corporate profit, because Zillow is taking all the profit out before they would sell the lead to us at the same price they would sell it to you. But it checks those first two boxes. And so because of that, and as I realized that, we really started to go down this rabbit hole to say, hey, what would it look like for us to go buy a whole bunch of zip codes from Zillow, from Realtor.com, to block out the competition, make those zip codes then exclusively available to our agents. So basically, we buy them in bulk from Zillow, we lock them up, and then we turn around and give them to our agents in the two methods that Zillow currently uses. So for any of you that are or aren't using Zillow leads right now, and Realtor.com has a similar program in partnership with a company called Opcity, there are two ways you can get leads, or that they monetize leads, that you can get leads from Zillow or Realtor.com, these guys. You can pay up front, where you basically rent the zip code and you pay a monthly fee for a percentage of the leads, or through what Zillow calls Flex, or what Realtor.com calls Opcity, you can pay a 35% referral fee to Zillow or Opcity, and they will nurture the lead and they'll front all the money and you just pay at closing. And so we're basically going to give both of those options to our agents. So as we go out and buy these zip codes, we will either turn around and lease them to you for whatever we're paying Zillow, or you can, if you want us to front the money up front, you can do the Zillow Flex or Opcity type model, where you pay us the 35% referral fee on the back, which again is pretty much break even on these Zillow deals, which is why I believe Zillow set their Zillow Flex program at that number. And so we'll be the only brokerage in the country where agents can choose between those two programs. Just so you know, if you called Zillow right now and said, hey, we want to do your Zillow Flex program, it is sold out. They gave it to all the top agents who are buying zip codes. You can't get into Zillow Flex right now, but as an LPT Realty agent, now you can. Because when we turn around and go buy these large chunks of territory from Zillow, and then we create our own version of Flex to you. So if you would like to get involved in Zillow leads, what do we want to do, Matt? We want to submit a ticket, send you an email. So we're beta testing this. We've bought a bunch of zip codes, and we are ready to kind of fire this up again to drive exclusive leads to LPT Realty agents, because even though they came from Zillow, they're now exclusive to you guys because we're writing the checks, and then give you the choice of how you want to pay for those leads. Pay up front, monthly, like renting the zip code, or pay at closing like Zillow Flex. Your choice. We're starting with Zillow. They're bigger and badder than Realtor.com. And again, I look at this as someone is going to buy those leads from Zillow. So no matter how I personally feel about Zillow or how I personally feel about this is what I believe is best for you, our agents, and us as a company. And so I'm going to front the cash. to go pick up all these zip codes, and people are dropping zip codes right now.
That's
Agents
right.
who over budgeted, didn't, kind of spread their money out, or they let things get out of control as the velocity of cash flow slowed down, right? When you go from average days on market from 10 to 30, that means you don't get paid for 20 days. And so agents who maxed out their credit cards or didn't budget correctly are dropping their Zillow zip codes. So we're picking them up so then we can turn around and basically sublease them to you for whatever we're paying. Again, this one we don't view as a moneymaker for the company. Home value will be a profit center for us. This is not probably going to cost about the same thing for you guys. We just don't make any money on it because Zillow is, but this is something we are doing. So that's the program. If you're interested, Matt's going to tell you what to do, but basically we want you to tell us if you are interested, what areas you're interested in, and then we are working out these logistics. But to me, the more I've gone into this, again, super out of my comfort zone, not something I ever thought I would do, but the more I looked at it and the benefits to us as a brokerage and to you, our agents, is really hard to ignore. Being able to protect you on your listings and the zip codes where we buy leads, being able to drive exclusive leads only to LPT Realty agents. Look, there's a bunch of teams out there who built their entire team off of Zillow, and we just changed their entire economics if they're not at LPT Realty. There was a group up in the Panhandle. There was a big Compass team spending a bunch of money. Credit card didn't go through, whatever happened. We swooped in and bought those zip codes, and now their team doesn't have leads, and LPT Realty agents will. So there's an interesting play here from like a price war or competitive advantage standpoint, where we can block other brokerages out of this lead source, which again will help us become our goal, the number one production brokerage, the most valuable brokerage on the planet. So this is something exciting. This was not something I planned when we launched this brokerage. This kind of happened organically. As I was writing out the software for Home Value to direct the leads to our agents on their listings, it kind of clicked with me, like, why couldn't we do this at Zillow? If we go buy the leads, they come into our group, we vet them, we make sure they're legit, we only pass real leads on to our agents. And if it's one of our agents' listings, we send it straight to them for no cost. And to me, that solves a whole lot of problems in the industry. So first of its kind here at LPT Realty. I don't know why. Look, if Keller Williams had done this like five or 7 years ago, think about like with Gary's buying power at Keller or EXP, if they had taken this approach. Again, I was in the same boat. I dislike Zillow. We don't want to support Zillow, whatever. Zillow's not going away. Zillow is worth a ton of money. Zillow is driving a ton of leads. Why don't we figure out how to embrace it and use it to our agents' advantage? And we're the first brokerage, I feel like, that's really figured this out. And maybe that's because of the capital we have access to, or just the way my crazy brain works, but we're here doing it. And I'm excited to do it for all of you. So that's something new and exciting that's going to move, very, very quickly. Because again, whether we like Zillow or not, the consumer likes them. Us not buying the lead doesn't change that. And I would much rather that Zillow customer be served by a quality LPT Realty agent than an agent at another brokerage. And that's what we're going to accomplish.